Right now, you're being prepared for something magnificent. I know this because destruction always precedes reconstruction in the universe's perfect design. What feels like an ending is actually the universe clearing space for your breakthrough. The moment you recognize destruction as divine reorganization, everything changes. This is the perfect outworking of divine intelligence, and this pattern emerges in every person who seeks answers during their darkest hours. You've been conditioned to fear destruction, to fight against it, to see it as evidence of your failure. But destruction is the universe's way of removing everything that no longer serves your highest good. It's spiritual surgery performed with perfect precision. When Job from the Bible lost everything, his wealth, his children, his health, he didn't curse the universe or declare himself abandoned. He recognized this devastating loss as his divine test of faith. The very destruction that seemed to prove his worthlessness became the foundation for his greatest restoration. The universe had been preparing him to demonstrate unshakable trust and divine timing. Your destruction is your divine appointment too. Every setback contains a comeback blueprint. This is how universal law operates. This truth manifests repeatedly through thousands of people who turn their greatest disasters into their most spectacular victories. The instant comeback method begins with recognizing that your current crisis is actually divine intelligence, rearranging your circumstances to align with your highest good. Resistance to this process creates suffering. Cooperation with it creates miracles. When life destroys the structures you've built, the relationships you've depended on, the security you've created, the universe is saying, "These foundations were too small for what I'm building through you." Your consciousness has expanded beyond what your external world could contain. Destruction becomes the universe's way of upgrading your reality to match your evolved spiritual stature. Most people miss this entirely because they're focused on what they're losing instead of what they're gaining. They see the demolition instead of the renovation. They experience the labor pains instead of anticipating the birth. But you're different. You understand that invisible forces are always working for your benefit, even when visible circumstances suggest otherwise. This recognition transforms you from victim to victor instantly. The comeback begins in your mind before it appears in your world. Your thoughts during destruction determine whether you rise or remain fallen. When Job lost everything, his wealth, his family, his health, he declared, "Though he slay me, yet will I trust in him." This unwavering faith in divine intelligence rebuilt his entire life at a level far exceeding what he'd lost. Your declaration during destruction becomes your guarantee of restoration. What you say about your situation while you're in it determines what you create coming out of it. Your words are your wand, and during destruction, this wand has maximum power because you're at the point of complete surrender. Right now, you have the opportunity to start manifesting your comeback into existence. The universe is listening for your command, waiting to receive your spiritual instruction. Comment below and declare, "My seeming defeat is my certain victory." Writing this declaration activates spiritual law in your life. When you put your faith into written words, you give the universe a concrete instruction to follow. Your written declaration becomes a spiritual contract that divine intelligence must fulfill. The instant comeback method has 3 components that work simultaneously in your favor. Recognition transforms your relationship with crisis immediately. When you see destruction as divine preparation instead of divine punishment, your entire energy field shifts from resistance to cooperation. This shift sends a signal to the universe that you're ready for your upgrade. Resistance keeps you stuck in the destruction phase. Recognition moves you into the reconstruction phase. The universe responds to your recognition by accelerating the rebuilding process. Your cooperation with divine intelligence creates supernatural speed in your comeback. Realignment happens when you stop trying to reconstruct what was destroyed and instead ask the universe what wants to be built. Most people delay their comeback by attempting to rebuild their old life. They want their old job back, their old relationship back, their old financial situation back. But the universe destroyed those things because they were blocking your greater good. Your comeback isn't about getting back what you lost. Your comeback is about receiving what you're ready for now. David's destruction came when King Saul turned against him, forcing him to flee into the wilderness. Instead of trying to get back into Saul's good graces, David used his exile to develop the qualities that would make him a great king. His destruction became his preparation period. When he emerged from the wilderness, he was no longer seeking position in someone else's kingdom. He was ready to lead his own. Your wilderness period is developing qualities in you that couldn't emerge any other way. Strength comes from having nothing to depend on except divine intelligence. Wisdom comes from learning to navigate by faith instead of sight. Character comes from maintaining integrity when no one is watching and when the pressure is intense. Response determines whether your comeback is temporary or permanent. Many people experience comebacks that don't last because they return to the same thinking patterns that created their original destruction. They get a new job, but maintain the same work habits that cost them the previous one. They attract a new relationship, but repeat the same patterns that ended the last one. Your permanent comeback requires a consciousness upgrade. You must become a different person than the one who experienced the destruction. This means putting on the new man, embodying the qualities that make you worthy of what the universe wants to give you. The universe doesn't just restore what you lost, it multiplies what you're capable of receiving. Every great comeback story follows this same pattern. Joseph's brothers sold him into slavery, and he ended up ruling Egypt. Moses fled Egypt as a murderer and returned as a deliverer. Paul went from persecuting Christians to becoming Christianity's greatest advocate. Their destruction became the foundation of their destiny. Your destruction is the foundation of your destiny too. Everything you're losing right now was keeping you from everything you're about to gain. The universe is clearing out the good to make room for the great. It's removing the temporary to make space for the permanent. It's taking away the human-made so it can give you the God-made. But the comeback requires your participation. You can't remain passive and expect transformation to happen to you. You must actively cooperate with the process by aligning your thoughts, words, and actions with the new reality you're being prepared to receive. Start speaking about your comeback while you're still in the destruction phase. Your words during the storm determine your position after the storm. Instead of describing what's going wrong, start declaring what's going right. Instead of rehearsing your losses, start announcing your gains. The universe is always listening to your declarations about your situation. When you consistently speak about your comeback, you activate spiritual law that turns every ending into a new beginning. Your words become the blueprint the universe follows to rebuild your life. Prepare for your comeback by developing comeback consciousness. Study people who've overcome similar destructions to yours. Read their stories, understand their mindset, adopt their strategies. Your mind needs models of possibility before it can create miracles. Your destruction is removing everything that stands between you and your dreams. The instant comeback method accelerates this process by helping you see through spiritual eyes instead of human eyes. Spiritual eyes see opportunity where human eyes see obstacle. When you feel overwhelmed by what you're losing, when doubt creeps in about your future, when the destruction feels too intense, this is exactly when you must speak these words with absolute conviction. Divine intelligence is now perfecting my way and preparing my perfect demonstration. Your comeback story is already written in the invisible realm. The universe has prepared blessings that will astound you, opportunities that will amaze you, relationships that will restore your faith in love, and financial abundance that will eliminate every worry. But these blessings can only manifest in your life when you've been prepared to receive them. Destruction is your preparation period. It's developing your appreciation for what's coming, your humility to handle increase, your wisdom to make better choices, and your compassion to help others who are going through their own destruction phases. When your comeback manifests, and it will, you'll understand why every loss was necessary, why every closed door was perfect, why every rejection was protection. But this revelation comes only to those who trust the process while they're in it. Faith during the storm qualifies you for miracles after the storm. Your willingness to praise during destruction guarantees your promotion during reconstruction. The comeback begins now, in this moment, with your decision to see destruction as divine preparation instead of divine punishment. This shift in perception changes everything because perception creates reality. When you see your situation differently, your situation begins to change. Your destruction was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to destroy everything that was keeping you from your destiny. The person you were couldn't receive what the universe wanted to give you. The person you're becoming can handle anything the universe places in your hands. Trust the process. Embrace the preparation. Expect the breakthrough. Your comeback story will inspire countless others who are walking through their own valleys of destruction. Your victory will give them hope. Your testimony will give them strength. Your transformation will show them what's possible when you cooperate with divine intelligence instead of fighting against it. Right now, while others see disaster, you see divine appointment. This perspective positions you for the instant comeback that transforms your entire trajectory. Your greatest days aren't behind you. They're being prepared for you right now, in the invisible realm, ready to manifest the moment you're ready to receive them. And based on everything you've survived, everything you've learned, and everything you've become, that moment is closer than you think. Now, as we close, you must take these words and speak them with complete faith and conviction. Let this declaration become your spiritual anchor during every moment of uncertainty. Speak these words daily until they become your reality. The universe is waiting for your command. Divine intelligence works perfectly through me now. My apparent loss is my perfect gain. I am being prepared for my greatest demonstration. The way is made clear and perfect for my triumphant success. I give thanks for my perfect good now manifesting. God's plan for me is perfect happiness, perfect health, and perfect success. I accept my good with joy and thanksgiving.